So when these dualies first came out, I was like, what the heck? And then I used them some more, and I was like, oh, you know what? These aren't so bad. And then I used them more after that, and I realized, oh, nope, they're actually not too good. I'm sorry, guys. You see, the 5 dualie classes are analogous to different weapon types, and each have their strengths and weaknesses. The Apple dualies have super short range, but are quick weapons with a fast kill time. They're like the Splooshomatica dualies, except they're not total rat garbage. And the Splat dualies, they also have kind of short range, but are effective at being aggressive slayer weapons. They're like the OG splatter shot. Dualie Squelchers are the longest range dualies and have the sliding dodge roll, giving them a lot of versatility. They're like the Splatter Shot Pro. Tetra dualies aren't the most accurate, but they have 4 rolls that let them go into witch time, which give them a lot of mobility. It's sort of like the N-Zap, kind of. And then there's the Glooga Dualies, which have okay range and damage, but they have the slowest fire rate of any dualies, and are inaccurate, and have really bad fall-off damage that can turn a 3-shot kill into a 5-shot kill, and are ink-hungry, and leave the toilet seat up, and tell my wife, there's just so much wrong with them, and I don't like them. They're often described as the 96 gal of dualies, but I'd say they're more like a limp 52 gal, which, isn't a compliment, especially if you ever actually used 52 gal for an extended period of time, you know exactly what comes with it. Missing at point f***ing blank. Accurate shots with this thing are more rare than a shiny Salazzle. I don't even aim half the time. I'm aim buckets. But when I do use the Gloogas, and I do actually aim, the shots still miss at close range. So what's even the point of using them at all?
But if you roll before you shoot, the shots get more accurate.
You don't always have time to roll before you shoot with these. Them ain't no Tetra dualies. Especially since they're the slowest dualies. You ain't got time to be wasting by missing easy shots. So a lot of would-be kills end up being trades because so many of your shots miss. Your target has time to react and start shooting you back. There's all these easy mode weapons in this game, and meanwhile, there's the Gloogas, where you just gotta work so hard with these to be effective at all. What's even the point?
I'll take a potato chip and
miss every shot. While they shoot the slowest, they also do the most damage per shot out of all the dualies. Also, every dualie has a gimmick related to its dodge roll. With the Glooga Dualies, they're normally a 3-shot kill with the same range as the 52 gal, and when you roll, you turn into a turret, your damage output goes up, your accuracy goes up, your shots become 2-shot kills, and your range also increases to match the range that the Dualie Squelchers have all the time. So why wouldn't you just use the Dualie Squelchers? Anyway, if you want dualies that can do a lot of damage per each shot, and you don't care about the mountain of negative traits, then I guess these are the weapons for you. You can do tons of damage when you go into turret mode, plus your shots actually become sort of reliable. Plus just having the dualie dodge roll is a nice bonus. A 52 or 96 gal that can do dodge rolls sounds great on paper. It's not, but it sounds great. So like with any medium to long range weapon, you want to keep your targets near the edge of your range. If they start to get too close, you can roll away from them, and then the range buff will maybe let you keep hitting them. If you need to close the gap on someone out of range, you can roll towards them, and then with the range buff, they'll never see you coming! Of course, if you want that sweet 2-shot kill, and you got enough time and space to pull it off, you can roll before you shoot and go into murder mode. If you successfully hit them with the turret shots, there's going to be more murder here than a Netflix catalog. Their lives are going to be more canceled than a male celebrity in 2018. And if you hit them with 2 shots in a row, you know what that means? They got glued! Get glued! Get glued! Get glued! Get glued! Get glued! Now here's some secret strats that I totally didn't come up with after I recorded all the footage for this video. If you use at least 2 mains and 2 subs of main power up, then you can shoot 1 regular shot and 1 post-dualie roll turret mode shot. and it'll be a 2-shot kill. If you want this weapon to be viable even a little bit, you absolutely need to equip at least that much main power up. If you don't, then you're gonna give up on the match more than I've given up on Paper Mario series ever actually being good again. Which one of these dualies you decide to Google depends on what you want to do with them. Deco ones are good for defense, Kensa ones are for support, and original are good for, losing? That's not necessarily true. Only use the Gloogas if you're a Jetpack Pro. It lets you attack enemies way outside the regular dualie range a couple times during a match, and you even have a free drop roller for when you land because you're using dualies. However, if you are not a Jetpack Pro, then you should not be using the Gloogas. But then again, they do have Ink Mine, and Ink Mine is the best sub-weapon in the game!
A few moments later.
Your soul is mine! Ink Mine! With the Deco Gloogas, or Gloogas, as no one calls them, you can throw a wall out on certain spots on certain maps to be more super effective than using a flamethrower on Shedinja. You can throw a second wall to replace the first wall, but more defense than a Fire Emblem general using a Draco shield. You can throw a wall to block the Rainmaker carrier, or at least slow him down. But why you wouldn't just shoot them is beyond me. You can even throw a wall out, run to the other side, and try to survive. Baller is good for both offense and defense. Use it on offense to initiate a push and try to rally your friends around you like you're carrying a boombox playing a remix of Old Town Road. You can use Baller on defense if someone is shooting at you. Will you survive? You'll find out. With the Gloogas, you can throw a fizzy bomb instantly to make a path to swim through, just like you would with a curling bomb. Or you charge it up all the way and chuck a couple if you're waiting for your team to respawn, and you don't really know what to do, so you just annoy the other team with them. Just be careful not to puke if you charge it by shaking the controller. Ink Armor is good if you can coordinate it well with your teammates, but if you're playing solo, then your mileage may vary. You can apply it to yourself if you're about to rush the other team and go Slayer Gloogas, which is technically an option, I guess? Just make sure your armor is fully applied before you rush in. Also, with it charged, you can throw out a fizzy bomb, activate Ink Armor for a quick ink tank refill, then throw another fizzy bomb. It can be a good way to pop the Rainmaker shield. These are chunky glue guns that need a lot of glue, so Ink Saver main is highly recommended. Also, again, main power up. 2 mains and 2 subs or else you're not trying. And I don't know what else, man. You can't go wrong with swim speed for one, and maybe some quick respawn because, you'll find out why. Stealth Jump can help you sneak behind the enemy lines, and you don't need Drop Roller because you can only roll whenever you want, and Special Charge is good for all 3 Glooga options. Also, apparently Last Ditch Effort is a good ability now? What does it do? Well, allow me to explain. And thanks for watching. Feel free to leave any tips for any of the Glooga Dualies in the comments. Now here's some more glue!